Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Midnight Shadow, and I know it's been quite a while since I've actually recorded anything with my voice. And I know that there's other videos on my original channel, such as DJ Music of Sky and my new up and coming channel. Now, I didn't want to talk about the new channel, and yeah, hey, welcome to Choices. This is a fictional story game where basically you read through a story such as one of these, and the sun went out, and their souls were eaten, and their heroes were lost. Each story takes place in a different type of time zone and year, and it's a jumble of things. And I played through a couple of them. They're really quite interesting, I'd have to say, because, I like reading. I like reading a lot, and I think I'm gonna get back into reading creepypastas for a while until I could figure out whether or not I'm gonna talk about my new upcoming channel. And I'm just gonna hint it off, but my new channel, there's quite a character in there, and I kind of enjoy this character too. Now, I don't know if it's actually going to be voice acting, changing up my voice, making voice type, or mimicking other voices or other things. I have no exact idea on whether I'm going to do that or not, but in the hopes it will be completely different. It will have both mobile gaming, PC gaming, and yes, console gaming. Now, I know I've said that through different channels as well, such as DJ Musica, Sky, and Midnight Shadow Q, and well, hopefully in the new channel, I will have everything set up for it. I will get into the program for it, and there's been quite a few problems with me and recording on a PlayStation 4, of course, because other things have happened. I will probably have my PlayStation 4 out of commission for a while, considering that I need to either update the system or get a PS4 Pro. And I'm not probably going to record with the Xbox One because the Xbox One's recording feature is only 10 minutes long. And I know, it's probably boring, but I could probably talk about this in a vlog probably later on or tomorrow, who knows. But yeah, let's get into choices. I'm going to do, of course, the first one, which is And the Sun Went Out. Yeah, I don't need updates. Day 95, and the orange ball of gas that sustained life on the planet for billions of years was still burning in the sky. The scientists were completely wrong, thankfully. Something vibrated on my wrist. I raised my hand and studied the watch like a device. Or watch like device. It was Maricon, or simply Mari, as I called them. Hello, teacher. The temperature this afternoon is a crisp 30 degrees Fahrenheit. I do hope you're wearing your warm jacket. Don't forget that you also need to pick up the travel documents from Miss Montague. She's expecting you at her home. Stepping out of the train car, I adjusted my coat. Mari was right. I should have worn the one with the wall lining, too. Too late to worry about that now. Dolores Montague's house wasn't too far away from the train station. Sorry, it's been a while since I've ever read anything. Of course I read books, which that's probably going to be another thing I do on my channel is read a novel or two or a series. I have no idea. When we get to that point, I'll probably blog about it, but who knows? Or vlog. I don't care. Let's just get back to it. As my boots crunched through the snow, I felt Mari vibrating on my wrist. As ever, Mari's cheerful face greeted me. You have just received the message from Professor Soul. He is insisting you see his latest breakthrough right away. Rendezvous with Dolores, visit Professor Soul. See, now this game, as I said, it's basically like one of those one of those cause and effect games. You choose what happens, which is the cause, and the outcome would be the effect of whatever decision you choose to decide upon. Now, when I did this part, off camera or off recording, I did the visit Professor Soul. I don't know if I'm exactly gonna restart the story and then go back and do the alternate part to it, but I'm just gonna let a little insight about visiting Professor Sol. Of course, if you pick Professor Sol, you go to his house, you tell Mari, which is your wristwatch device companion, you tell him to basically send a message to Dolores Montague, telling he or she, or I believe it's a girl, I don't know, I haven't chosen that option quite yet, but I will probably do it today in this video. But anyway, if you go to his house, you have Mari send a message to Dolores, telling Dolores that you'll probably be late. I have no idea, because there's other choices within Dr. Montague, or no, Dr. Sol's part that you get to choose and decide and whatnot. Oh yeah, you also get to change the message if you don't really like it. But anyway, moving on. You go to his house. He explains to you that there is some significant value to the sun potentially burning out. Now, as I said, these stories are fictional. These have nothing to do with reality. They're all written and constantly are updated throughout, I think, a week. They're updated a week, I believe. Anyway, you go to his house, and basically what happens is he tells you about it. You go down to his base, or you go to his house, you find that there's a suitcase full of clothes packed away. You figure out that he's taking a plane to somewhere else, obviously to escape something. Now, once you find it, you can either choose to leave it alone or investigate it. Of course, it's kind of messy, but you can investigate it. Mari tells you, or Mari puts in a little quip there to be like, oh, well, you know, his packing's quite messy for a doctor, but hey, that's kind of how male figures are depicted in somewhat the amount of stories. Anyway, you go down to the basement, you try to it gives you another decision. Turn off the light, or no, keep the light off, or turn it on. You choose to turn it on, Dr. Sol yells at you and is like, hey, turn that off. So you leave it off, or if you choose to turn it off, I don't know what happens what happens if you decide to leave it off. But I know he yells at you if you try to attempt to turn it on, which then you turn it back off. So you go down and you basically talk to him, and then he turns around and he mutters to himself about scientific facts about the evolution of the sun and how the sun's gonna completely burn out, or the gas ball that's in the sky, as you know, as the sun is gonna completely burn out. And basically you find a little diary. He turns around, sees you with his diary, and he's like, oh, well, there's a lock on it, so you can't open it. I only in which insist that your character probably takes it with him. I'm not too sure. I didn't get past that part, considering I just stopped because I didn't want to play anymore. But after that, you decide to turn on the light, or somebody turns on the light, shoots Sol, kills him. You can either, it gives you a choice. You can bend down and listen to what he starts mumbling something as he hits the ground. I know, it's a jumble of things that I'm trying to remember about this game. You can either kneel down because he's mumbling and you can listen to him, or you can stop the blood. I think in which case an order kind of kills him either way. But what I went with is what he was mumbling, or you can listen to what he was saying, and basically he dies anyway. He has a gun in his coat. You could take that and run up the stairs. You choose to run up the stairs, or you don't. And then basically you're chasing a guy who shot him, and then it gets kind of hectic from there because I didn't continue it. But anyway, let's move on to Rendezvous with Dolores. The professor will have to wait until later. Mari, we've got to get those tickets and my passport and from Dolores. Would you like to know the location of Miss Montague's residence? No thanks, Mari. I've got this. No problem, teacher. You know where I am. Mari is so cute. He's got a little wink to him. It's adorable. I remember her address. 1204 South Street, not too far away. Before I knew it, I was knocking on her front door. It's about time you turned up. The door was opened by Dolores, a tall woman with olive skin and shoulder-length dark hair. Dim light made her features difficult to make out, and her body language suggested she was a little tired. I came as soon as I could. Anything wrong? Where are the travel documents? I'll go with anything wrong, because it seems a little odd that she would be incredibly tired unless she stood up all night deciding where we're gonna go. Nothing, thanks for your concern, though you don't need to worry about me. I've known Dolores long enough to realize that she would let you know how she was feeling, even if there was an issue. Everything went off without a hitch. Dolores was holding a folder in her hand, presumably the one I was here for. Did anyone see you? Was there any trouble? Ah, I'm gonna claim the free ones. I'm probably gonna have to exit the... Yeah, this game works on story tickets. I forgot to say that's what this little thing is up here. The tickets, choice tickets. It's what you get to decide on, and it uses up a ticket. I should have probably looked at that a little firsthand because I wasn't really too much thinking about it at the first time. I thought, hey, yeah, we can get through the story without any tickets. But anyway, yeah, you can either purchase the story pass for The Sun Went Out, or you could purchase 100 choice tickets, which I would just purchase the story, but I have no money, so can't really do anything about that. I'm gonna go with Did Anyone See You? Did anyone see you? Please, nobody ever sees me unless I want them to. We're professionals. So, the travel documents? Dolores handed me the folder. I looked inside and saw the usual stuff. A passport, plane, tickets, credit card, and itinerary? Itinerary scanned and stored. Travel destination, Peru. So I'm headed to Peru. While I couldn't see Dolores' expression in the light, I could tell she wasn't impressed with the situation. Looks like it. Rest up, it'll be a long flight. We said our goodbyes quickly, and I sensed that Dolores was still angry at my decision. Damn, you hear that wind outside? Yeah, it's still winter over here in my little part of the world, and the wind is blowing quite heavily and fiercely. Anyway, looks like it. Rest up. It'll be a long flight. We said our goodbyes quickly, and I sensed that Dolores was still angry at my decision. Our heated discussion the previous day was still fresh in my mind. What heated discussion? We'll be headed to Peru right away. Remembering Sol's message, I sighed. Not yet, Mari. We still have to find out what Professor has to tell me. Sometimes I wish I hadn't hired Sol. His paranoia could be stifling, but I did hire him. I started making my way towards the professor's house. Usana said, teacher, has there also been a disagreement with the professor? Does he have the same concerns as Miss Montague? It's different, Mari. With the professor, it's more about his general personality. Can't you teach him to behave better, teacher? I chuckled. No, Mari, I'm not his teacher. He's too old to have one. I mean, nobody's ever too old to have, a teacher or somebody teaching them something, even if they're the same age, Go out there, learn something from somebody different. I mean, I'm 21, and I'm still being educated. So, never too old to get an education. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I have to cut off this part. Till next time, Midnight Shadow out.